I'm back. Oh, you should have seen it. I fucking killed him with a rake. Oh, hello there. Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year. Horrorween, the majestic season where we celebrate everything horror. Slashers, supernatural demons, zombies, gorgonites, Eli Rothbun. You kinda get the gist. For this merry occasion, people around the world go trick-or-treating, watch horror movies of the past decades, play horror games such as Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fatal Frame, Shane Warne Cricket, or just read a horror book, sublime. So to celebrate this joyous season, we shall be delving into one of the scariest games that will make you shiver, crawl, and creep, and jump out of your seat. I am, of course, talking about Muppet Monster Adventure. This is real. It exists. Let's have a look at it.
For info's sake, it was developed by Magenta Software and Jim Henson Interactive, being published by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe. But who on earth gives a damn? Show me the Muppets! Our story begins with the Muppets such as Kermit, Kermit's nephew Robin, Miss Piggy, Gonzo, Fozzie Bear, Beaker, and this one that I randomly saw one time in Muppets in Space. They're going on a vacation to a very special place that isn't England, China, or Barbados, but rather a creepy castle in the midst of nowhere. Therefore, Robin is horrified of where they're staying. I'd think the same thing if I saw a tree from a Tim Burton film and a Jim Henson creation. But it has what I think is one of the most endearing, thoughtful, and interesting reasons as to why they're there.
Well, I know you're disappointed, Robin, but we had to accompany Dr. Honeydew for the reading of his late uncle's will. It's important to be there for friends at a time like this.
That's very rare for a video game plot. But hey, it comes from true Muppet fashion. Is it only me, or does it seem strange seeing the Muppets' legs? The visualization of them moving on 2 feet is pretty surprising. They get to the massively big door of the castle with large brass devil door handles that would be wondrous for heavy lifting in the gym, and a silhouetted thing shines from the door to Robin, therefore fainting, thinking it's a monster. Weak. Robin awakes in a laboratory with Pepe, Beaker, and Dr. Honeydew. Honeydew explains that the other Muppets were transformed into monsters by the castle's evil energy.
Oh no! Oh yes!
And has made the village people evil as well. Robin is to help out with the problem and is given
this power glove
because it's so bad, and a backpack for storing the evil energy inside. But never to fear being alone on the journey. Pepe is here to help on the adventure. Trust me, you'll get a riot out of this guy. Okay?
Enough with the talking. Get on with the saving, okay? You're a tough frog, okay? You're a brave frog, okay? Get the monsters! Get the monsters! Go, 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 go!
Good luck, Master Robin.
I have some news, okay?
My eyes.
And welcome to the main hub. A round circle portal with a rounded base of circles, which are the levels. Don't think I'm making any Stargate reference, it's too obvious.
Just wait, before we get into anything else, just realize Robin, the frog, is the main character. Now look at the cover.
That's like putting Solid Snake on the front cover of MGS2 when it's Raiden who should be on the front. Oh, they actually did that. It's
I think
just
they
like...
get it, Skulls.
Okay, first level.
I'm gonna need a bark bag for these every time, aren't I?
Not with that mess, you don't.
Shut up, you maniacal wax job.
Alright, so for every level, the major goal is to collect evil energy for unlocking more levels and gold Kermit-shaped Muppet tokens for the boss battles. And you do all this by platforming around the place, shooting and crash bandicooting chests, knight helmets and pumpkins, collecting the bonus letters, and completing various mini-games. This is the evil energy? Cake sprinkle decorations?
Yeah, and the Evil Dead series has the Necronomicon recipe handbook. Gotta grab insight into that twisted coconut cake, y'all. Speaking of which, you wanna know how to make one copy of Muppet Monster Adventure? Well, here are the ingredients. One copy of the Muppets, any one shall do. A spoonful of Crash Bandicoot, don't stir. A breath flame of Spyro, extinguish it afterwards. What else do we have? Yes, a skittle of Super Mario 64. A crock. And let's stir it all, 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 stir it all. Stir it all. Yeah, magic. Stir it all, stir it all. Give it a good mash and crash. Pardon. And Muppet Monster Adventure. And what does it get out of it? It's okay, but not too bad. Just okay.
Did you do some of the game of a cookbook?
The levels have various relation to horror settings most of the time. There's the creepy castles, swampy swamps, crooked cemeteries and terror temples. But there's also not so horrifying places such as a forest, Pirate Bay, Arabia and icy ruins. What I admire mostly is the fact that it still keeps it at a kid-friendly space, not going overboard with the creature designs, and still retaining the majesty of the Muppets. The levels are basic yet decently designed, presented with a nice finesse style and intrigue in some parts, but sort of bland in others. There's a bit of cryptic stuff to get to some places though, and the truthful thing in that regard is, playing it is a different thing altogether. When you look at someone else play it, it doesn't look so fun. Then again, this is not to be played frequently, the fun sort of becomes a chore after a certain amount of time. Each level has the same structured formula, but with the added mini-games, it keeps it a tad bit fresh in each world you enter. Robin is simple to control. He can jump, spin like Crash Bandicoot, shoot a wavy blast from his power glove, and run. Very normal stuff. That's till we unlock the Muppet powers in the first two levels. Fozzie's Waka Waka Werebear powers to climb up certain poles and trees, and I swear, hearing this never gets old.
Waka waka woo!
Gonzo's nose Feratu. Get it? Gonzo's nose. Nosferatu. Yeah, you get it. His ability is to grow bat wings and glide. Cool and all, but holy crap. Every time you jump, Gonzo's face appears on the side every single time! It's great for reaching for faraway places, but still, come on. Clifford! Yeah, that's the Muppet's name. Clifford's Muck Monster power-up allows you to swim underwater. So, you know, in underwater gaming fashion, the controls are awful. Holding X lets you swiftly swim about, circle does a spinning attack for those pesky piranhas and blowfish, and square for just swimming fast. The movement transition from above to below is clunky and is a right pain sometimes, but the swimming sections are brief. Except for Temple of Pork, damn that level. Kermit's Kermonster skill is pushing and pulling blocks. Enough said.
Heave-ho!
And finally, Miss Piggy's ghoul friend. Oh, the puns are real in this game. Her ability is to karate chop through weak spots in doors and walls, which is a rare occurrence, I might add. You'll mostly be sticking to Gonzo and Fozzie's abilities the most out of the whole adventure. There are minigames that are in need of doing to collect more Muppet tokens. They have a decent variety, such as racing another opponent one-on-one, shooting parachute ghouls with chickens, chasing a ghost and breaking the chests he hides in, a mediocre flight minigame where you go for rings, collecting vegetables, realigning stones in their proper places, and Simon Says. No, seriously, Simon Says. I know that they kind of needed to spice up the game to have it not be a plain experience. They're just so forgettable and tiresome and there's no challenge whatsoever. For a kid, maybe higher in range of difficulty, yet I still think kids would surpass them adequately. Pepe though, he kinda saves them with the hilarious dialogue.
Take it from a king prawn again. You do not want to be broiled again. So, time your jumps here carefully again. Come on, baby, that's my fire again. Come on, baby, that's my fire again. Dun 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 dun. I'm a king prawn again. Not this stinking orchestra again. Fly like an eagle again. But not to the sea. That's too far.
He's funny.
What's a Muppet game without some cameos from other favourites? Beaker appears in a few levels. Truth be told, I actually had a nightmare with Beaker when I was a child. If I could capture or draw an image of Beaker giving an evil look from his eyebrows alone in a cornfield just as lightning strikes, I most definitely would. It's a Kodak moment from my brain's nightmare album that needs to be seen. Getting carried away there. Beaker is always wearing a jetpack, so if you blast him he rockets about the place and suddenly crashes in through a door or a gong to unveil a secret passage and on occasions to progress throughout the level. Rizzo the Rat is an absolute rodent in this game. Just like the thieves in Spyro, Rizzo carries a Muppet token and you have to chase him about the place and take it from him. Then there's the Swedish Chef, one of my absolute favourite Muppets entirely, and he only appears once for a minigame where you have to collect vegetable ingredients. Yeah, that's all they did with him. I don't even think he said a line, he was just there for show. Free cameos. Unless you want to count the chicken.
And me!
Who in the bloody hell are you?
Why, I'm the special guest cameo for this video. I'm made in China, at your service.
You're not even a Muppet.
No, you're not a Muppet. I'm 100% top class pumpkin puppet.
Is he for real?
Wait, is that a skull of skulls? And he talks?
You bet.
That's awesome! I wish I was made of actual pumpkin instead of polyester.
Hold the phone, I've got to mention the music.
Wait, what? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay then. I'll just go back under the table then. Bye-bye.
What?
The music was done by Michael Giacchino, whom also composed the music for The Incredibles, and the majority of tracks are hip, upbeat, and keep the vibe of terror flowing. The title music, if you listen closely, is a horrified version of the Muppets theme. Pretty cool. The best track of all though is the hub music. It hits every notion of jam and groove, still keeping the Horrorween vibe. The other tracks are either hit or miss. One thing I want to clarify, however, is the way they use the music in the levels. These tracks are very small, they last for about 2 minutes apiece, and levels last around 20 to 30 minutes. So the track basically repeats over and over again in a repetitive fashion. There's no fade out, it pauses and then 2 seconds later it plays over again. Anywho, the music is at most catchy and fun to listen to. That'll keep you whistling for days. Then there's these types of tracks. Also, does one of the sound effects sound familiar? Yeah. Spyro. In total, there are 5 boss battles and they all either take less than a minute or longer than 5. My major negative is the fact that Pepe at the beginning explains how to defeat them. I love you, Pepe, okay? But giving away the weakness and patterns of the battles destroys the overall fun and enjoyment of boss battles. It's as if you were playing Crash Free and got to the first boss, but before anything happens, Coco immediately informs you on how to defeat Tiny.
Crash, you have to be careful. Crash, you need to...
Just no, you don't do it. I know it's for kids, but come on. Let them use their own minds to figure it out. Any watch it, they're all figuratively easy. Especially the Waka Waka Werebear Fozzie. I mean, look at this. 12 spins to the switches and he's out of there. Gonzo is a good one. Dodge the projectile bats, the jockey skeletons, and throw chickens at Gonzos. Simple, but fun. Kermit's boss reminds me of a Spyro boss, like Spike and Crush mixed into one. Okay, but the arena is plain. Clifford's fight is just the tiny fight from Crash 2. Again, it's okay, but I actually died in the fight, and what astounded me was that the moments where he throws the dynamite are the same. No pattern changes or no sense of direction where I am. Aim at Robin, not just the same places at the same time. Then we get to Miss Piggy, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a boss battle, more of an obstacle course more than anything. Gotta slide down the slippery ice 3 times and feels more tedious than anything else. And finally, the final boss, who is Baron von Honeydew. Intriguing boss to face, but like most of the others, okay. So, considering he is the final boss, we should talk about the ending.
Oh, all right, okay. Hey!
After defeating Baron von Honeydew, the whole entirety of the village is saved and... Wait, what? Oh, yes, that's right. It was just a dream. Robin wakes up with all the Muppets fine and well, and the creepy entity that came from the door was the servant.
What an imaginative dream!
It sounds like a good idea for a video game, okay? It's true.
Back on his feet, Robin sees the portrait of Baron von Honeydew, and the Power Glove is back. So it wasn't a dream, yet acted out like a dream. At least I don't have a grim fandango about my progress being all for a sequence of sleeping. I haven't officially 100%ed the game, but if I do, I hope I get a nice conclusion to it all. I mean, remember the actual reason they came to the castle? Dr. Honeydew and the will? Surely there's got to be something on that.
Nope, couldn't be any more wrong.
Then what do I get?
That's it? A slow and dragging end scene of them bowing separately? It's something, but... Wow, Robin really is a small frog. Never fear though, there are special features in the gallery. A large assortment of drawings from fans of the Muppets, self-portraits of the team who made the game, audio segments from the game, character designs, cutscenes, and video tips on some hidden places. You get all these by defeating each enemy in the levels to collect coins. The more coins, the more you unlock.
Muppet Monster Adventure is what could be considered as an underrated cult copycat classic. It takes the best things and the not so great things from your beloved platformers and creates an okay experience. Coming back to it after 15 years was gripping. I had not so many fond memories, and I'm glad that it's back in my mind.
What are you talking about? You had no childhood.
Sure, all I had was talking to you, and I managed to get this PS1 after scalping some eyeballs, and I got this coffee ripped out of some nerd's guts. I mean hands. You didn't hear anything. They didn't hear me, right?
I think you were heard.
Shit. No, it wasn't. It was all in the head. Anyway, happy Horrorween, and we'll meet again soon. Gonna cut it now?